gamers! I've been working on a new game called Incoming. Incoming is a 3D VR missile defense game. Protect your cities with a wide assortment of defenses against waves of warheads, bombers, zeppelins, and epic bosses. Wishlist today on Steam. Link is in the description. Greetings, spacefarers, and welcome to another episode of Starfield. I'm Cobalt Thorium. And in this episode, we are searching through Londinion's ruins underneath. We're in like the steam corridors or something. But there's these weird plants. It's probably got something to do with the outbreak of terramorphs. And I think that they're hinting pretty thickly that Kaiser was instrumental to maybe the initial outbreak of terramorphs here or something. I think that...
What's that? My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only... What's happening? Captain, have you seen this? God, the heat leeches are terramorphs.
But
well, obviously.
Infest every settlement, every corner of the settled systems. That means that every single one... Oh no.
You just saw that, right? You would tell me if I was losing my mind. That heat leech became a terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby terramorphs. Heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after landing, and then, with time, they transform. We just found out how terramorphs move between planets.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. I mean, come on. I believe that we talked about this like way back in the day. Well, we just witnessed that can't be how all terramorphs are born, right? Or, what does this mean for the plans to clean up the terramorphs? You know what? I really don't like how I'm going to load and we're going to re-watch that because I had my stupid headlamp on and there's a bunch of glare coming off the window and I would really like to see a better view of that. So we're going to step it back just a little bit so we can get a better view of this marvel of nature.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
No one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinion. A real marvel.
Alright, now we should have a bunch of heat leeches here. Now that we know that you're baby terramorphs, definitely want to get rid of you. That should be all of them. I don't think any of them snuck past us. Headlamp off.
All these leeches. What's keeping you things warm?
Alright, grab this loot once more. I think we're pretty much where we are when we started this episode. Yeah. Let's go. Alright, let's try this again.
What's that? My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only... What's happening? Captain, are you seeing this? heat leeches are terramorphs.
But heat leeches infest every settlement, every corner of desiccated systems. That means that every single one... Oh no.
You just saw that, right? You would tell me if I was losing my mind.
You are losing
That
your mind. I
heat
didn't see
leech
anything.
became a terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby terramorphs. Heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after landing, and then, with time, they transform. We just found out how terramorphs move between planets.
What we just witnessed, that can't be how all terramorphs are born, right? Or, what does this mean for planets to clean up the terramorphs?
No, Lazarus plants can't grow anywhere but here, let alone blossom. People have tried. Plus, if what we just witnessed was happening anywhere else, well, it wouldn't just be Londinion lost to these things. What we just saw, it must be some kind of alternate growth method. One that winnows 70 years of maturation into seconds. It's incredible.
Incredibly bad writing, and also incredibly predictable. I mean, aside from the Lazarus plant, but it's like way back in the day when they were like, we don't know how terramorphs get between planets. I said, you can go back and check. I said, oh, they're probably just heat leeches. And then I kind of also thought that the very basic creatures, the grubs or space slugs or whatever they're called, were like the baby heat leeches. So, anyway, what does this mean for our plans to clean up the terramorphs?
That I don't have an answer for right now. But if they share a genome, like most nymphs and adults do, the microbe should have no problem dealing with heat leeches and terramorphs. The Aceles we'll have to look into. But given what we know about the creatures, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to find that they've got an appetite for both.
Nothing natural should be able to do that, or this seems like a pretty major discovery. Well, we'll go ahead and say that because this other one's just kind of silly.
Pretty major is right. But if what we just saw, if that's possible, the Lazarus plant, it's clearly an accelerant for the terramorph, a heat leech transformation process. Make one into the other in an instant. But that means if anyone knew about this, they could trigger a terramorph spawning.
Only if they had the plant.
You could sneak a leech into a city, or even multiple leeches, into a place like New Atlantis. Good God. The attack on New Atlantis, could someone have set that up?
Yeah, you. Given what we just witnessed, it's certainly possible, or plausible. I can't imagine what it'd take to pull off something like that. Or, I don't know what to think right now. I mean, it does seem plausible.
But first, you'd have to know the truth about all this.
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it.
We may proceed.
Go!
Alright, how do we catch it? All I have is lethal weapons. Alright, well, I mean, maybe we don't have to catch it alive. Who knows?
Engaging.
Alright, let's get to the bottom of this.
Metamorphed tissue sample.
Percival, Kaiser's got the cell data from the New Atlantis and Tau Ceti attacks, right?
Uploaded them myself.
Captain, let Kaiser take a look at that sample.
Actually, I should take a look at it before it leaves the inventory. That doesn't look like anything too special.
Beginning analysis. This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here?
I want to hear from you, or that someone thought they could get away with attacking the UC, or I think it means that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attack in New Atlantis. Well, I mean, that's obvious. That someone thought they could get away with attacking the UC. That might cast the blame on the Freestar Collective, which we don't want to do. So I'm going to say I want to hear from you.
I think someone figured out how to use the Lazarus plant to trigger terramorph attacks.
Oh, come on, that's obvious.
I wonder where they could have gotten such an idea, deploying alien life forms as weapons.
I wouldn't be shocked to find out our team, in part, inspired the approach, but our group never dealt with something that could have an effect like this. Makes some sense, actually.
It's weird
Tau Ceti
that
was likely their first test. Someplace remote where no one would question a few settlers going missing. Ensure the big show, the attack on New Atlantis, would be a success. And the timing of that one, it couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we were asking the cabinet to do something about the terramorphs.
it did seem awfully
These attacks,
convenient.
I think someone planned them to set all this in motion.
And I think it was you. But didn't you say this plant can't grow anywhere but here? Or, you sound like a complete crackpot right now. Or, I guess it might be possible. Or, I thought the timing of those terramorphs showing up was suspicious. Questions first, didn't you say that the plant can grow nowhere but here?
It can't. At least, I didn't think it could. But maybe if we're right about this, someone found a way.
Or they just put it in like a shipping container or something like that. Because if it needs to be cold, maybe that's like the thing. Anyway, I'm going to mention that the terramorph showing up at the time that we were talking to the council is pretty suspicious. Yeah.
They certainly were. But having this answer, well, it raises a couple big questions. Who could pull something like this off? And why?
The United Colonies. Someone in the UC must have plans for the Lazarus plant. Where the Freestar Collective makes the most sense. They'd be happy to see the UC suffer. Or, I've got some ideas, but it's far from responsible to just start hurling accusations. Or Commander Hatoum, or one of her soldiers, they're the most likely to know about this. Well,
You okay, Captain?
They might be implicated in that. If the plant can only be obtained here, they would probably have to go through one of these soldiers to get them. Or as House Faroon, trust me, those guys are the worst. Or maybe some independent group like Ecliptic, they're always looking for firepower. How might Frostbite become worse? Or your dad's still alive and hasn't shown much care about lives lost. Maybe he's involved. I don't think that that's the case. I mean, it might turn out that way in that they're sort of demonizing him as it is. But, I mean, he blew up the spaceport to keep the terramorphs here. Why would he go and grab them and move them off planet? That doesn't make any sense. Besides, how is he going to figure out...
Can't believe it.
How is he going to figure out that the heat leeches are terramorphs when he's confined to his cell in the basement of Mast? You know? Like, if the xeno-warfare specialist people don't even know, how is he supposed to figure it out? But then again, the writing in this game is relatively bad, so who knows? We got some idea, but it's far from responsible to start hurling accusations. That's what I'm going to say.
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe's closest equivalent to hell frozen over. If we're going to do anything to prevent more terramorph attacks, human caused or otherwise, We need that final sample.
Roger that. Kaiser, get us into the spaceport.
The entrance is this way.
Alright, I think our conditions are starting to mount up against us. I might have to check our aid to see if there's anything that can handle the situation for us. Inventory, aid. Narjack, Panacea. Panacea should do alright.
I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
Alright. I bet there's gonna be some story up in here.
There's the control panel. Still looks operable. Of all the things to survive.
Oh, they're both locked. Kind of want to unlock all this stuff and see what's in there. Oh no, everything is locked. This is going to take forever. This is going to be like unlocking lockers, the episode. Alright, let's get it done. Oh, wait. Oh, no, there's one. Okay. Now the locker is nothing interesting. Do we really care? Well, they're only advanced. We could probably crunch through them pretty fast. Let's just do it. Did I just screw this up? Nope. Hmm. I think they're all just gonna end up being drugs. I might have screwed this up. Yeah, I think I did. Yes. Let's try that again. Just want to make sure I'm not touching the ones that I know work for the other thing. So it looks like that only fits there. Oh, that's a pretty good match. Ooh, Aurora. Contraband we have least of. Nice.
Reactivated. Error. Control system reboot required.
And we do that.
Here.
Ah, Captain. I think I see it.
Reboot engaged. Running diagnostic. Diagnostic complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning. Priority safety concern detected. Exterior hatch power restored.
Back in business.
Warning. Emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged.
Alright, let's get to the bottom of this.
Admiral Senna, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral!
It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
Transcription complete. Physical copy available.
Well, now we know.
Invisible weapon. He knew. He knew about the Lazarus plant.
Seems
Scratch
like
that
it.
recording. We should talk.
Alright, where do I get the recording from? Oh, it's right here.
Hey, Victus. He destroyed this place. Killed these people to keep what he knew about the Lazarus plant and the Terramorphs and all this a secret. Didn't he?
Certainly seems like it. Never learned this reading minds trick that he seemed to have mastered. Or, there are plenty of reasons he could have ordered the bombing. The Terramorph outbreak, for example. Or that's certainly how I interpreted it. Yeah, it is.
He saw the potential of the plant as a weapon and hid it away. He killed those people to keep them from sharing what they might have seen. Condemned this whole city to death. He's a
cold-blooded murderer, or a commander in a tough situation, or someone who thought keeping the secret would save lives. I don't like any of these answers. He's not necessarily cold-blooded well, I mean, I think it depends on your definition. But, it's more like he's...
What's going through your head right now?
He's holding on to the information as a trump card. That's what I feel like. Because we don't have any proof that he's the one who set off the Terramorph attack in New Atlantis. Let's go with the commander in a tough situation.
That is a disgusting way to describe what happened here. Someone who truly knows what it means to command, to be in charge of and responsible for others would never do such a thing.
He decided to sentence his own soldiers to death. What kind of commander is that? But if the plant was used to trigger the attacks, could Faye Victus have been involved in the massacre on New Atlantis?
What? Faye Victus alive? All this time?
Oh, that's right. She
And
doesn't
somehow in a
know.
position where he could be responsible for what happened in New Atlantis? This is precisely why I cannot stand the United Colonies. They pretend at moral superiority, but look what they actually do.
It's the only lead we've got, or that's not possible. They keep him under tight control. Or it's an idea worth discussing further when we're not surrounded by terramorphs. That's probably the most prudent thing to say. Yeah.
Good point. Deal with one monster at a time. Let's go get that final sample.
Alright, we're gonna return to Kaiser.
Kaiser, drive now!
Successful.
Guys, your sample. It moved. I'd be real careful out there if I were you.
That doesn't sound good. Eyes peeled.
I thought he'd come out after us. Come on, get on top of the thing. Oh my god.
What the hell? Is that the sample? My God, concentrate fire! Shoot! Shoot! That is the sample? That sound! What is that?
That thing is putting out some kind of signal. Radar's lighting up. I think you're due for some company.
They're everywhere! All around! Nowhere is safe!
The signal that thing's putting out to call in those creatures, I think I can nullify it. But I'm gonna need some help.
Check your six!
There should be some radar equipment powered up now around the port. You get those online, and I'll relay my signal through there.
Meat to the slaughter.
Gotta suck down some of this tranquility. Try to make the best of this experience opportunity.
Connection received. Broadcasting signal.
It's working! But the thralls, they're attacking the anomaly. Percival, are you doing this?
Right behind you.
That's not me. I'm just nulling out the frequency.
We freed them, and they're helping us.
I've still got more capacity. Get to the next dish.
You're not getting away from me.
Here they come along the path to end their living days at last.
No signal online.
It's working!
One more dish, and I should be able to shut it down completely.
Give up already.
Say. Never say never. Say.
Fuck, come on. Keeps getting stuck on the ground.
No signal at full power.
You left us. Why did you leave us?
That should be the end of its connection to its thrall. Now hit it with everything you've got.
They're going to betray you every last one.
Detected. Correcting. Hit confirmed.
There are other terramorphs attacking it too. Or are those hallucinations? I'm just gonna shoot this guy if he's gonna stand in my way.
Rerouting power. It will take more than that.
The thralls! They're not coming after us. I guess we should grab that sample while we can.
Good. Now just stash that sample with Kaiser and we're done.
So these guys don't do anything?
Sample secure.
All wrapped up.
All right.
Time to get the hell out of here.
Rerouting power. Damaging system.
Percival, you should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
Man, that was really annoying how Kaiser just like walks over and stands in the way of where you're trying to shoot the enemy. It's like, that is not helpful. That's some pretty bad AI, I do have to say. Bethesda, you can do better than that. Heck, I can do better than that with, you know, only a fraction of the resources that you guys have. So you guys have no excuse. Alright, so that's the Londinion steam tunnels. Alright, I guess we go back this way. Or Londinion, not Londinistan. Oh my god. Londinistan. Oh. Get back here. Jeez. We certainly don't want them getting close to these Lazarus plants. Alright, how do we get out of here? I think we came in over there. How do we get out of here? Maybe we can just fast travel back. Because I don't want to have to like climb up this crap.
That was quite a leap.
Alright, I suppose we got it. Annoying, but solved. Alright, we're back at the base. Where are we going? Discuss your findings. Why up there? What's up there? How do we get up there? I guess we just go up here, this way. And that up here just happens to be somewhat out of earshot, although Walker's up here. Maybe we should wait for the rest of the crew to get up here. If the AI is not confused and stuck. Okay, here we go. Andrea's here at least. I think we really want Hadrian to be here. She might not be following us anymore, though. Yeah, I don't see her anymore. So let's go ahead and talk to Walker.
Look at all of you. Back from the underworld.
Oh, I bet he did it.
Towards the end there, but it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion.
What plan? Is the plan still going to work now that we've got to clean up heat leeches and terramorphs? Or nearly cost a couple of fingers and toes, but yes, we got them. Or sure did. Kaiser's got all the samples in storage. Let's ask questions first.
Can't be positive until we run some tests. But knowing that the terramorphs have been masquerading as heat leeches all this time is a big find. Arguably makes things more feasible, now that we know what we're dealing with, not less.
Agreed. Plus, I don't think you're gonna have to push real hard to get folks on board with cleaning up one of the galaxy's greatest pests if this is what they're capable of.
But none of that's getting done without the samples. You do have them, right?
Well, Kaiser has them. Sure did. Kaiser's got all the samples in storage. But I think he's actually complicit in whatever caused this. Because, I mean, how does he know about the Steam network if... And he doesn't know how he knows about it either, so that was programmed at some point by somebody. And for what purpose?
Best place for him. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Ve Victus knew about this damn plant?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
You're right. Ve Victus couldn't have been involved with the attacks. Or actually, we can't rule him out. Ve Victus is alive and under UC custody. Or look, we learned something, but I can't say more. I promised. Yeah. I mean... Andrea knows now, so I suppose the word is out. And our frostbite's becoming worse. I don't want to cover for him because I don't know if he is complicit. I mean, the writing in this game is so bad that he probably is the one who did it. In which case, I don't want to cover for him. Yeah, let's just spill the beans. Actually, we can't rule him out. Ve Victus is alive and under UC custody.
I'm sorry, what? She's pulling my leg, right? Hadrian?
I don't believe she is.
So that means we have a suspect.
I believe that's exactly what that means. Look, Captain. Percival and I, we need to get these samples back to the lab. Ensure we'll be able to handle cleaning up the leeches as well as the terramorphs. But Ve Victus is the only solid lead we've got on the attacks. Since you're the only one who knows where he is, can you speak to him? See if you can get him to cough up anything he might know.
Do you want to come speak to him with me? Or you really think it was him? Or I'll do what I can. He's not exactly a trustworthy source. Or, oh, he and I are going to have some words. Oh, that is so bitchy and passive-aggressive Oh, I do not like that one. Alright, questions first. You think it was him?
Plenty of people out there with grudges against the UC, but he's the only one we know had any knowledge of the Lazarus plant. So right now, it's the only option we've got. Will you do it?
Do you want to come to speak with him with me?
Captain, I truly don't. He's already shown he's taken an interest in you. I'll be a lot more useful in the lab right now than I would be grilling Francois. So do you think you could do it? Please?
I'll do what I can. He's not exactly a trustworthy source.
Whatever you can turn up is more than we have now. We'll all meet back at Mast, outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to know everything we've uncovered here. Best of luck, Captain. And thank you for dealing with him.
The samples are preserved.
Alright, back to the ship with us, I think. I don't suspect there's nothing else to really do here on this planet. I mean, we have been here before. And those other locations back there, they didn't seem like there was going to be anything to really loot. There might be some magazines or something. Or at least one magazine, but I really don't know if it's worth it.
Not the wisest decision. I have heard of Londinion. Anyone who has spent time in United Colonies space has, of course. Now I understand why the stories persist.
Anyway, we're getting a bit on in the episode here. We've accomplished quite a bit, so I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this. And if you have, please like, maybe comment, maybe share, maybe subscribe. New episodes every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, US and Canada.
Come on. There are worlds to
I'm Cobalt Thorium, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.